Hey, this is 6 Volt Von Doom's lab. I'm going to talk about how you add Gun4IR into Hook of the Reaper. So when you start Hook of the Reaper, it's going to start into the tray icon. So you need to click on that tray icon, then left click on the Hook of the Reaper icon, and it'll bring it up to the desktop looking like this. Then you'll select File, and the first thing, which is Add Light Gun, which will bring up the Add Light Gun window. And most of the time, I think people will freak out the first time they see this. They're like, oh my God, you need all this for a light gun, what's going on? But really, it's not that bad once you start breaking it down. You have serial port options here. Then you have USB hid options. So if you have a USB hid gun, light gun, then this is just info that gets displayed with serial port and USB hid here. Then down here you have recoil and reload options. So since this Gun4IR is a serial port, the USB hid is just going to always be grayed out. So you come here to default light gun, you click on that, and you come down here to JB Gun4IR. Then as you see, it fills out pretty much 80% of the serial port info and grays it out. So you don't even have to fill that in. So if you look, you have the things in red is the things you need to fill out, or the fields you need to fill out. So you have light gun name, COM port, analog strength, then you have the recoil priority and the reload options. So there's 5 fields you have to fill out. So the first one, we can just go Gun4IR1. Then I don't have a Gun4IR, so I'll just act like my Reaper is one. So when you click on the COM port and it's hooked in, you should see the information over here to say, hey, yeah, that's my Gun4IR. So before you add it, you can make sure that's the right one. Then analog strength I'm not using. I'm going to hopefully use it in advanced features. So it doesn't really matter what you put in right now. So you can just put in like 200. So I suggest just put that in to make it easy. So then the next one is recoil priority. So this one comes down to preference for the Gun4IR. It's one of the 3 guns that use recoil value. And what recoil value does, it lets the output signal of the recoil control the solenoid. So when that signal is high, or 1 or higher, the solenoid is open or being activated. So current is going through it, and it's has a plunger kind of go in. So then when the recoil signal goes low, then it shuts off. Then no current is going through it. So for me, for safety, I'm always worried about that. I don't like having a single opening and kind of closing. I like to have like static timings, but I know some people like to use this. So, and also I have a safety timer on this too. So if the solenoid is open for 200 milliseconds or longer, it will automatically close and then block any more recoil for the rest of the game too. So that's the recoil value. Then we have the normal recoil signal. Then the ammo value, which is based on the ammo value, and the recoil rumble to solenoid. That's for games that have a rumble recoil signal. So it's a rumble motor, so it's a static high. It doesn't, spike like a solenoid needs to. And I have a timer to convert it to solenoid. So you can make priority for all 4 of those. Then coming down to reload options, so there are multiple things. So normal reload will be that it will vibrate and flash green. So that's a normal reload. Then I have reload without the rumble. So without the rumble, it's not going to vibrate. It's just going to flash green when you reload. Then disable reload means no flash green, no rumble. So nothing. So you can pick your preference here too. Then once you're done, you can just hit add. So when you hit add, a sound will play to let you know, hey, I'm adding a light gun. And you can see up here, the light gun list will go from 0 to 1. So let's do that. And that's it. You've added a light gun. So hopefully that didn't seem too hard to do. So now, what if you mess something up, or you want to try out like ammo value or recoil value, and you're like, I want to change it. Well, what you do is you come here, you go to edit, then there's edit light gun, and it'll bring up a window very similar to the add light gun. So in here, if you had multiple light guns, you can select your multiple light guns. But you come down here and you're like, hey, I want to try that. So for example, let's say, hey, I want to try do ammo value. So I'll make that a 0 and I'll make that 1. And I want to take out the rumble. I don't like the rumble. I like the flashing, but don't like the rumble. So I want to edit like that. So once you get everything edited in the way you want, you just hit edit, which will make a noise again to confirm, hey, we edited. Now the light gun is edited. That's it. That's how you add a Gun4IR. Thanks. Bye.